Hey guys, and welcome back to Hollow Acres Homestead. I can see from the microphone that you can hear my neighbor sanding. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that, so I will try to speak loudly so that you can hear me. As I was walking outside, I noticed the coolest flower that I'd ever seen, and I looked it up, and I'll show you real quick. This is called a spider lily. I did not plant these. They grew here all by themselves. I have no idea how they got here, but they're just hanging out. Now, I did my fair share of Googling whenever I found this. First thing I did was pulled up my phone, and I have the Picture This app. So I took a picture of it and it told me what it was, and then I Googled it, I looked it up. There are many superstitions following this flower. It is so bright red, it is absolutely beautiful. One of the superstitions that I saw was if these randomly pop up and you didn't plant them, what it means is that someone close to you is likely to die. And I just thought, well, that's strange. Isn't that just the weirdest thing ever? Apparently, the spider lilies are placed at grave sites at cemeteries. They are toxic, so I don't want to touch them. Anything that I read said if you're going to touch them, use gloves. Apparently they grow from bulbs that I didn't put here. So somehow, some sort of seed fell here, it grew a bulb, the bulb grew a flower. Or I guess two bulbs or two flowers. I don't know. I don't know how this got here. I think it's really cool. I love little surprises like that. Of course, the superstition. I'm not superstitious, but you know, I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. Our beans are starting to come in, starting to fill the fence up little by little. This side looks more full because of all the cuca melons. And it sure looks like a lot of the melons died. Here I have my trays of brassicas and the bottle right there, that is fish emulsion. It's a fish water. 2 nasturtiums growing. I'm going to go ahead and pop those out soon. Got some things coming in. So that is the first round of my fall seeds. I'm going to start more seeds in the next couple of days. So these are starting to get to the points where they're established enough, but within 2 weeks, I think, a week or two, depending on how quickly they grow, I will be planting them directly into the garden. Look at my loofahs. I planted these loofahs in March. They are finally putting on blossoms, and look right here. I hope you can see it. Now, this is just the most whimsical thing. I have to duck to come in here. I counted 8 loofah gourds on the loofah plant. Hopefully there'll be more. That is what I'm seeing now. They started blooming about 3 or 4 days ago, and now I'm starting to see the fruit come on. And I'm so excited. I really thought that they were not going to flower and fruit for me. I do think, though, that because it is right underneath this big oak tree, that it did not get enough sun. So maybe that is why it took so long to blossom and fruit. But as long as we get loofahs, it's totally fine. Our tomato plants are not happy. They don't look good. So I'm going to be pulling these out in the next couple of days. What is left is either getting tore up by bugs or it's rotting on the vine. So these tomato plants are diseased and they do not look good, and it's time for them to go. This is the Celestia Eternity flower. Isn't that gorgeous? And here is well, it's pink. I thought it was red, but these are what I called the little truffula trees. That's exactly what they look like, little truffula trees. I am in the process of moving the soil out of this bed, putting it in the wheelbarrow, and then topping off the beds. So I topped off this one. I'm going to do these 2, and whatever soil is left, I will be using them for my fruit trees. So I have decided to go ahead and put fruit trees in the ground. The ones that I definitely know that whenever we move at whatever point, we will be bringing those trees with us. So I don't want to put them in the ground, but I need to make sure that they're going to survive that long, because right now the trees are looking pretty weak. So we have 4 zucchini plants, 5. We have 5 zucchini plants. The rest died off. There are garlic planted in the rows, and I'm going to be working over the next couple of weeks getting things planted down here. Potatoes in the back are soon to go. These sweet potatoes, even though their leaves are all bit up, they're growing. Here are fruit trees. This is a kumquat, and you can tell that it's a kumquat by the spikes that are here. So the first, I don't know, 8 or so are citrus trees. 3 of them are kumquats. This one's bushing out really good. And I believe that this is a lemon tree. There are no spikes, but they are getting tore up by bugs. You can see, I can see the little bugs flying around. I'm sure that you might be able to see on camera though. I've got a bunch of citrus trees. I'm going to plant some of them. Here are some pecan trees, and there's some avocado. And you can see these do not look good. Something is getting them. So I need to prune these up and treat for whatever that could possibly be. So the treatment that I'm going to use for the trees here are going to be a mixture of neem oil and diatomaceous earth. They also need a good fertilizing. So whether I pot them up or plant them out, they need more nutrients, so I'm going to give them that. I planted an avocado tree right here at the end of this row. Look at the pumpkins and the sunflowers coming up. Just beautiful and green. Lots of growth. I will be putting more sunflowers down here. I think I still have enough time. And then I planted a really tiny little wee avocado tree down here. I have been able to tell over the last couple of years when fall is coming. You can tell by looking at the trees if the leaves and things are changing. And I am noticing that a lot of the trees are starting to change their leaf color. So there's some dark green, there's some light green, there's orange, yellow, and red. And that right there tells me that fall is coming and winter is coming quickly, because the last 3 years our trees around us did not start changing colors until the end of November to the beginning of December. Last year was a hot year. Of course, this year has been a hot year as well, but I really thought that I'd have more time. Once the leaves start changing in the trees, that's how I know fall is going to come very quickly, and then winter will not be very far behind it. Beautiful banana trees. And the pineapples, I said pumpkins. The pineapples there. So I had an archway and I pulled it down most of the way. I still have my lights hanging up that I'm going to move and do something else with. But over here, you can see where my bench is. I have really decided to put like a little clubhouse or something right there. I have not yet been able to find a place in the garden that I actually want to sit at. Oh look, it's growing back. Yay, so that means I can cut it down a little further. Oh, that is awesome. Super awesome. What is that though? Not sure why that happened. That was weird. I got distracted by the banana plant, but what was I saying? So I have not been able to find a place out here in the garden that I just want to sit at and be. This year the garden really just turned out, it just turned out to be a whole lot of work. I have neglected the garden lately. I really have over the last month. I got spider webs all over me. The last month I have neglected the garden. It just got to a point to where it was too much work, and as soon as something would grow, something else would come through and just take it for themselves. And that was super not cool. So I got really frustrated with the garden this year. I'm looking forward to the fall and winter seasons because it is cooler outside, the bugs are less, and I have really good success with growing things in the fall and in the winter. Right behind me, I'm going to be working on getting all of this out, moving the soil from the beds, and creating a very nice sitting spot up here. Whenever I come to the garden, I come in here and I stand and I just watch and I just look. So this is the perfect place. I'm going to put a little, like an awning, not so much a gazebo, but a simple structure that will look nice where I can grow plants up it. I'll probably grow loofahs because, I mean, geez, these loofah plants are amazing. They're probably one of them, I mean, it goes way into the tree. It climbs the tree, so they're probably 30-foot long vines, which would cover like an awning or a canopy area very nicely. Well, I did not have a lot to say today. I kind of feel like I've been talking the whole time, but I just wanted to do a walkthrough in the garden. I haven't done one in weeks. So now you see what is going on with the garden and a couple of things that I plan on doing soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time here on Holly Waker's Homestead.